WWE may have just cooked itself in one of the wildest ways possible. As we all know, one of the newest innovations of the TKO era has been transparency. And I don't mean that in a good way, because the WWE Unreal series is one of the biggest examples of how WWE uses transparency in the worst way it possibly could. The show is centered around one premise: peel back the curtain of kayfabe and let the fans in to see how the WWE booking and matchmaking process goes and the stories behind the stories that we are told on TV. That is what it is. If you want an example from other sports, think of this as the Hard Knocks of WWE. This is where you see how Triple H, Road Dogg, Bruce Pritchard, and others meet to decide what is going to happen. And season 2 of the show just premiered, and it has been met with almost universal blowback. And not for the reason you may think. Season 1 of WWE Unreal premiered last year and was marred by fans who believed that the show was essentially trying to sell you an idea of what WWE wanted you to know. These weren't the real stories. The reactions weren't as real and authentic as WWE had promised they would be. Instead, you were getting the simple WWE narrative of things. But season 2, things kind of changed in the other direction. Instead of WWE just showing you what they wanted to show you, you got a look at how the process probably really looks. A jumbled mess. There were several interactions throughout the WWE Unreal Season 2 series that we can point to, but a handful of them primarily involve Road Dogg, a figure in WWE that has been criticized to all hell because he is likely the one behind the horrible booking of SmackDown throughout 2024 into 2025 and has been at the helm of the show as Paul Levesque Triple H does not seemingly attend SmackDown anymore. Despite this, though, Road Dogg has always been viewed by WWE fans as someone of some level of competence. But the WWE Unreal series really peeled back the curtain to show you what kind of a doofus this man really is. At one point, Road Dogg pitches an idea to put the WWE United States Championship back on WWE superstar Chelsea Green, only to have Triple H make him look like an idiot that didn't understand what he was doing.
Fit for that, I think we're gonna have to have one short match.
Could you use this as the opportunity to switch the title back? And Chelsea wins the title back, it might not be a bad thing.
So I guess my question would just be, if you flip it back to Chelsea, who should work with?
Chelsea, she's got something. There's something to her.
She does, but my point is, if you put the U.S. title on her, I'm not saying we lost faith in Chelsea. I'm just saying, put the U.S. title on her, and she works with, the baby faces that she has to work with are the same ones she already went through. Zelina Vega, Michin, B-Fab, and anybody that's above that, then she's got to lose to. Alexa Bliss, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, right? The flip of that is, okay, so play it out, put it on Chelsea, and she works with
The same girls.
Yeah,
I understand. I don't know. I don't disagree. I know I sound like I do, but
So in those books,
there are several other examples of this, but one thing that was a huge takeaway for many fans was that Road Dogg just simply was vibing his way through the WWE creative meetings, not really focusing on long-term storytelling and just doing what feels good. And the thing is, this fits in generally with some of the major critiques that many fans have had of WWE. It feels like more often than not lately, they have been phoning it in. It feels like more often than not lately, we are getting a vibes-based product that does not care about what happened last week or what is going to happen the next week. It is simply focused on creating the moment now. And while some of that in professional wrestling is good, and you need that emotional release that makes the show interesting, that keeps you engaged, that makes you feel like anything can happen at any single moment, you also need to reward people for watching. And that is something that comes across on this show more than anything, that many of these more older heads in WWE simply do not care about that because they are used to booking weekly, momentary TV. And you combine this with the insane amount of WWE propaganda that we got from this show. It really is insane. At one point, Road Dogg talks about the R-Truth situation, him not having his contract renewed, and he says that while it broke my heart, it made perfect business sense not to renew his contract. At his age, you might not get that reward back. Triple H also said a similar thing, only for Cody Rhodes to push back and say that Truth is a guy you need to have on your team. It doesn't matter how much he makes, it doesn't matter how much you pay him, he needs to be there. So this demonstrated that management is out of touch with what is happening on the ground, even within their own company, because it wouldn't take a genius to tell you that R-Truth meant the world to the WWE locker room. It wouldn't take someone who is even backstage all the time to realize that. Many fans realized it in the moment, which is why they chastised the move to cut R-Truth. And overall, the entire series from beginning to end is built on this idea that Triple H and WWE Creative are these logical, deep thinkers. And in the end, it ends with an episode based on the Seth Rollins ruse of the century, which continues the WWE line of propaganda that nobody knew that Seth Rollins wasn't actually hurt. And that idea is laughable at its face. As we know, the night that quote-unquote injury happened, John Pollock of Post Wrestling reported that there was an injury angle that was set up for that night, Saturday night's main event. And lo and behold, Rollins was the only injury that took place on that show. So if there was an injury angle, it was indeed an angle. You also have a pretty funny moment where Gunther says that he knows that it's a ruse and he figured it out pretty easily, which kind of caught Triple H off guard, which again makes Triple H and Creative look pretty stupid because they tried to work the boys and it didn't work. In the end, I think that Season 1 of WWE Unreal was way too scripted, and Season 2 just seemed to make everybody in creative and higher up in the company look either dumb, stupid, or evil. For WWE's sake, hopefully Season 3 is somewhere in the middle, but hey, I guess we'll see.